Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to our home. I didn't get time to do an Easter kitchen video. I just ran out of time, and I did do dining room one though. So I still left up what I had started with some Easter colors in Pyrex and the other milk glass dishes and glassware, so I was enjoying it, and Norm likes this color combination too. So I decided to do a late spring using some of these same colors. I did try to leave out red on the wall, but you will see touches of red in the rest of the kitchen, maybe a little bit here and there, and in particular a little bit in the dining room because we do have red chairs in there. So let's look at some of the things close up, but I'd like to start in the dining room first. I hope your day has been great. As you know, Norm and I have both come to appreciate vintage tablecloths. So I was on the hunt for something where I could be brave and mix in a little blue, because I have some blue collectibles over there, and I wanted to hopefully find something with some other sweet colors in it. So this theme is kind of mixed colors, some sweet pink and yellow and turquoise. So I hope you will enjoy seeing what we found that is new. First of all, the tablecloth is, these tablecloths have been just a bear to iron. We found a couple of them this month at Annie's Attic in Buffalo, Minnesota. This one was only $20. It's a very heavy cotton. So I spent what felt like 2 hours ironing this and a very little one behind me that has embroidery on it, also like a linen texture. So yeah, this one is very, very heavy. And what's kind of unusual in a way is how brilliant the blue is. And it is looking darker blue on this phone. It's Norm's phone. Than it really is. It's just a very soft medium blue. And the daffodils, their leaves and the colors of the daffodils are very soft. So I honestly don't know if it was meant that way or it's faded, because this tablecloth shows little to no wear at all. It just feels so crisp, very heavy, as I mentioned. So I find it hard to believe that the flowers faded, but that's okay. I guess I like it that way. Norm seems to think it's a pretty cool tablecloth. I thought it would be fun to dig out a couple of my plastic doilies. I put one over there that's pink, very pale pink, and this one that's white, but it has these really fun spiky flowers that I don't know if they're mum-like or what they are, but who knows? Probably not, because those aren't leaves for mums. They're very ferny looking leaves. But I've had these plastic doilies. I've collected quite a few of them over the years, and I was probably looking for them for my bedroom, more so than out in the kitchen. But I thought that would be fun. So you can see the center ring of this tablecloth does match this outside blue border. So I took away my couple of compotes that I've used over there on that little cart and just used the bigger one, and thought that it would be fun to put some yellow and the kind of soft pinky strawberries in there that match pretty good. And of course that picks up our chairs, red chairs. The one little pick in the center, who knows, that could be something that's kind of Christmassy because it's all flocked. That's a possibility. So that's what I decided to use. I have found a couple other tablecloths that could have been springy looking. I don't know if you still have daffodils blooming. I did have some over the years, but I don't know why. I just really have trouble with them always dying out. We are a lot farther behind as far as weather goes with a lot of you, so you may have already had your daffodils and your tulips and enjoyed them, I hope. So let's go look and see the pastels that I decided to put out over there. You wouldn't believe how long I've had these mugs. I couldn't believe what a big set they were selling. I had to buy the whole set if I wanted any of them. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 2, 3 more, 8, 9, 10. So maybe there's another one back there. Yeah, wow. Well, anyways, there was a lot of them. And it was a pretty good deal. So I broke down. I thought I do like turquoise, and someday I may be decorating more with it in the kitchen. So I hope you like those, and maybe you've seen them. Maybe you have some of those. I don't see them very often. I might see like one or two in the store. Yeah, so that was really a very nice find, but quite a few years ago. I left things in the bottom of the hutch. I'm sorry about the glare. I may have to put my light on here because I have some very fun vintage glassware. They're the smaller ones. I've had a lot of these for quite a while, and it's because Norm and I thought it would be fun to have a mixture. They're just so adorable, and you can buy them one at a time in Red Wing Pottery Place. So that's where we got pretty much all of these, except the one with the blue flower on it. I ended up with a set of maybe 6 of those, but I needed that little blue one because I've got some blue up here. So it is repeated on this side. So I've always loved these glasses, but boy, you sure can't wash them in the dishwasher. I had this from at least 2 years ago. It is a McCoy pot, and I just recently found this one that actually has gold on it. I was quite surprised that it was so different. It is exactly the same pot. And I just found these 2 little bird salt and peppers. Pine and Teaks. It's a big barn southwest of us. I'll put the town in there too. In the video here, I'll make a note of that. I'm sorry, I'm just not thinking of it off the top of my head, but I found this bluebird teapot quite a few years ago. It was just crazy. Who knows? It could have been any thrift store that we frequent. But anyways, these cute little salt and pepper shakers, the paint on them is a little chippy on their bow. I can touch that up someday. But these are the squeaker kind. There is a sticker on the backs of each one of them that they are Japan. But the squeaker is missing. That's okay. The stoppers are in the back of their head. So that's where the salt and the pepper was held. So that's what, the reason I should say, that is the reason I mixed up the glasses in here to get a lot of different fun colors. And I carried on that same idea over there on that little shelf. And I have shown that idea before in a video, and actually on Instagram too, a year or more ago. A couple years ago, I happened to find this beautiful Royal Hager vase. Well, pitcher, but I'm using it for a vase at the Goodwill. I think it was like $5.99 or something. I could not believe it. The sticker on the bottom was covering up the fact that it was Hager. I really didn't know until I got it home and soaked off the Goodwill label. So I was very excited, and after I found this, then I started finding more pieces with this same glaze on it. It's very springy, isn't it, with all the white mixed in? Now, I'm sorry you're getting glare from our patio door. I certainly need the light in here. And I just found these at a thrift store too. Two little sprays or sprigs, or it's not a whole bush. They're separate, two separate pieces that are in there. I love it. I think it was so sweet. I've never seen this in Michael's or Hobby Lobby, so I don't know where that came from, but I was lucky to find it at a thrift store. It is raining out again, so it is a little dark today, so I hope this is light enough for you. Oh my, look at that. It's all wet on the sidewalk. It's really coming down, but we need it. We just fertilized just yesterday. We were waiting for this. And so, yeah, we've had a lot of weeds to deal with and everything already. And you can see the grasses are just barely coming up. Norm finally got everything cleaned up way out and back. The big grasses, oh wow, look at that rain. That's wonderful. But the pond is not running yet, so there's nothing real exciting out there. Nothing yet. We're slowly working at it. We're slow. Every year we're slower and slower. Thank you, Lord, for the rain. It's wonderful. These are some of the other little juice glasses. A lot of people call these swanky swigs. Like these, for sure. So I have had these out before, and I do love that. Sometimes, you know, I've put out my little miniature creamers that are pressed glass typically. I like to look at them too. I forgot to show you this sweet, sweet little planter that I was going to show you if I did a kitchen Easter video, but I didn't, so I wanted to put it out here so you could see it. It is probably my latest as far as the sweet little ones that I would show at Easter time. I have bought some animal planters more recently, but I think this is just adorable. I love it. I said that I had taken away the 2 compotes. I love my milk glass, but I also love Pyrex. So I wanted to mix up some colors like I did out in the kitchen and keep green in, but try to stay away from any of my red Pyrex. I did leave some orange in the kitchen, but I thought she would be very sweet to show again. I did show her at Easter time, but she's such an adorable head vase and went so well with the Pyrex. So though. I had to top off the Pyrex with something. This, I believe, was one of the Pyrex casseroles that my brother gave me with the birds on it. I was very fortunate to receive that. Just love that. So I did something different over here. I hope everything is level. It's hard telling. I didn't get out a measure, a leveler to check. I found this adorable poodle planter in Stillwater last summer. It's in a video that I did decide to get that. So I don't know if you can tell, but there is a definite major change over here with my black shelving. I love my black shelves. And somebody did ask me, and I'm sorry I did not write you back. I figured I would try to remember to explain that all of these little shelves we purchased many years ago. I was always twisting Norm's arm. He wasn't real crazy about them. I guess he's just not overly crazy about shelves in general. He doesn't mind much. He knows I gotta have something to put my cutesy things on. But when I put all of these up, I always left a very big space down here under this one with the little Scotty dog on it, that shelf. So I always left this open down here because they tended to put tall things in there on the cabinet that I keep a lot of glassware in. And whenever I would be sitting across from this, as we always do, we eat on the same side of the table because we're tending to watch the news for dinner or the morning news for breakfast, which ruins your appetite. But I badly wanted to put something here instead of, I still am going nuts. You know, the planter is much heavier on this side because there's beans in there. I shouldn't put beans in there because it does make them heavier. But just the other day, Norm didn't even notice, of course, because there's so many things on the wall here. But just the other day, I finally thought, you know, I'm going to go get the other flower one that's been up there and put it down here and fill up that space more. So then if I want one tall thing there, I can put one tall thing there, but I don't need to try to fill up that space with a big tray. I've done that for many years. I'll put a big tray there, prop it up somehow, and I love it. I'm really, really loving that I actually have the two flower ones up. I am so happy. So let's look at this guy. I did show this in previous Easter videos. He's so cute. You have seen these two little funny cat salt and pepper shakers in previous videos in the kitchen, but I did just find these little tiny bird ones. They were so adorable, and I can't remember where I saw those, where we got them from, but don't they go cute with the cats? They're so little, really, really little. And I have shown you these adorable bird, let me see, are they salt and peppers? Yes, they are, with the rhinestone eyes, and I found them for $3.99 each at Family Pathways a couple years ago. And they've kind of been up in my bedroom, but I may have brought them down here for a video at one point. I honestly can't remember. And I did find this odd, I think it's a Holt Howard cat, probably a salt and pepper, I don't recall. Yeah, it is. Okay. So that kind of made a fun little arrangement with them. And this you saw that I did purchase when we went to Hickston. It was at the second mall that I went to. Yeah, it was very reasonable. So I do have a lot of poodle planters now, but I sure like them. This was getting to be more of a cat and dog and bird theme over here. So I wanted something tall, of course, on this tiny little shelf. That ledge is so short, so I hardly ever find anything that fits on it. But I did show you this in my kitty and dog video. Kitty and dog ceramic collectibles. They don't have a real one of either. So this is just a single one of a pair, I'm assuming. Down here is the little pink vintage plastic doily. I spent a lot of time today. Norm went out in the shed with me and we retrieved a lot of my McCoy planters that I did mention in the living room, that I had a collection of them that I purchased for outdoors. I bought a lot of different sizes. This is a medium one, and I've even got much bigger ones in all the colors that I could find. I had yellow, minty green, turquoise, and pink, and even white. And I would put them on a really adorable vintage corner shelving unit out here. It's right around the corner from the door here. And because we feed the animals, we've had squirrels climbing up that, no matter where I put it, trying to get in the door, trying to get our attention. And even raccoons at night, I imagine. So many times I'd walk outside and I'd find these beautiful McCoy planters broken, smashed all over the sidewalk. If they had been sitting on the grass, they may not have broken, but it's always been on our cement patio. So I do have a lot of them left, and I really do love them, and I will try to protect them somehow. Either I'm just not going to display them anymore, or I'll just, use them for inside here for some videos now and then. I think they're just so sweet. They're so vintage looking, right? Yeah, I really, really like them. I did show this in an Easter video, and when I went out to the shed, I did notice it and thought, yeah, I missed it. I didn't bring it in for Easter. So I hope you don't mind seeing it now for late spring. I still adore it. And one of the other reasons why I wanted to bring it in here, it is a thrifted item. I think Bibles for Missions, quite a few years ago, is because I found this last summer. So I've been saving it. See the cute design on the bonnet. I've been saving her all this time, all winter long. Yeah, last summer, I'm pretty sure. It's so cute. So I did put it up for Easter, and I just didn't want to take it down yet. It's just too cute. I want to enjoy it for a while. So it does go with my clocks up there. And I brought this back out, another thrifted item from Family Pathways up north a couple years back. Royal Copley planter. I have shown it, and I have shown these two gals. One is a planter, one is not, but I just purchased this. He's so cute. It's a planter. So he's got a cane on this side, and nothing really, I don't think he's carrying anything on that side. But he's looking up there. Looks like he's looking up. So I just love those kooky things. They're so kitschy, but that's a lot of painting, you know, that they did years ago. I'm pretty sure it's Japan. I don't recall what was on the bottom. It's fun. I just love chicks and roosters and ducks. Well, this rack, vintage, it needs some painting, well worn. I wanted to purchase this many years ago. Norm always thinks, oh great, where are you going to put that? Well, I think it's been in the basement, used for storage. What I did different, Norm was moving that out for me every time I would do a video. And we had the shelving going all the way across the bottom too there. It was one short one and one long one. That's how we've had to do it all the way up. If we wanted to go all the way across, like if you look up there where the Pyrex bowls are all the way across, that's one short shelf and one long shelf. So I got the brainstorm before Easter to just have two short shelves there and open up that rack. It's always been very handy, but it was really crowded because the shelf went all the way across there and you'd have to stick your hand down underneath there. Well, I love this. I thought, oh, wouldn't that be fun to put some more Pyrex, heavy, pretty Pyrex pieces on there to show you? And Norm thinks it's just great that it's open now. What I asked his opinion about is if he could spray paint that white. Wouldn't that show up a lot more? Because my shelves are white. So I was very happy with that. I've been kind of rearranging the shelving for years, as you know. If you look back on our old kitchen videos, you'll see that the shelves are so different. For a while, I just had them straight across. Every row was all the way across. But I had to put more stuff out then, too. That was a lot of work. So it's kind of a dilemma always for me to know whether I should turn on all the bright lights out here and hope that the camera doesn't purposely darken everything again. It tends to do that. But I just don't have a bright sunny day. I think everything will look fine. So these are all from my brother, the casseroles, I assume. And I'm not going to go over everything a lot. You can see what's here. I may talk to you about the pictures. Wow, it's really pouring again. That's wonderful. What I did decide to do is not have one short one and one long one there where the mugs are on each side. I decided to just try using two long ones there and open up the sides there where I could use these really strong magnets that we found at a hardware store. They're really, really strong. And just hang up some of my fun mugs up there. And then this one too is opened up, not as much. As you can see, there's a lot longer area there. So I do have the little mixture of mugs there in yellow and orange because I did want a touch of orange here and there because I don't have enough ice-lip pitchers that are springy that have orange in them. I have one peach one up there on the end. There's one with a little bit of orange, and the butterfly one, which is not flowers, and that's it. I do have geometric ones, like this one, and that one with a little touch of orange. So these are new purchases. the glasses. We went to Red Wing this past week, and I was specifically looking for Eastery colors in the larger tumblers, the ones like what's in the cabinet. And I think it goes really well with that trio of isolip pictures, and same down here. I love the geometric ones too. The flower ones are very pretty, but I think both Norm and I are kind of attracted to these geometric ones. So this is what I decided to put out, was just some mugs here and there. I don't show these very often. These are not marked glass bake. I don't know who made them, but they're very white compared to the glass bake ones. So, and they really show. You can see the handle is shaped differently. They're really pretty. I wish the leaves weren't that dark green on them, so they would kind of blend in better with the other glass bake mugs that have green on them. This one has more olive green and limey green, and these are still a softer green than the ones over there with those blossoms on it. The isolip pictures are very fun. I will take the time to go buy them so you can see what they look like. I just love them. I am working for, I've been working for a month at least on a video like I put out on all of our napkin holders, all of the lucite things. I am now working on all of our glassware. Many isolip pictures and all of the glasses and sets. It's so colorful, and I'm just gonna put it to music because I just want you to just look at the patterns and enjoy that, and it's fun music. I hope you'll like it. So that's what I've been working on. These are some very fun odds and ends of hot pads, pot holders. The colors are looking a little darker than they really are. It's unfortunate that happens, and this is very turquoise. This is not blue and white. It's really turquoise. You know I have a lot of trouble showing you turquoise. Just doesn't want to work. This is so fun. And I have shown it before. I did purchase this when we were in Hickston at the schoolhouse this month. Earlier this month. Yeah, it was really a nice one. So I thought I would show that on top of the refrigerator. Really a big pot. And I just wanted to leave this here. I normally take it away when I've done the videos, but this was at my brother's house. I had a vintage yellow one that was smaller with a flower on it, probably tulips, that I've always had and used on my plants, the few plants that I have. But he had this, so I wanted to hang on to it. It's a little bigger, but it went well with what I've been doing out here. And here's what I decided to do with the other pot holders. Some pinks and oranges and a little touch of turquoisey, minty green there, yellow. Down here, I have found some new recipe boxes. The one down in the bottom here is new. It is vintage, really wild pattern. And this one up here is very, very pale. But this really has faded, but I thought it was cute anyways. It's in pretty good condition. It's just that I don't know where it would have been to get that faded, because I did look at them on the internet and it is a little darker pink. You may also recall that I decided to get this at the Hickston Schoolhouse. Very fun rooster teapot. It is well loved. Pretty worn out on the bottom. Very cute flowers on the spout there and the top. I have shown this in spring videos before. It's a really cute spoon rest. Norm discovered this in Elk River at a antique mall. They are so cute. I was gonna show it to you in an Easter video out here, but never got around to it, so I thought I just needed to do it now. Didn't want to wait another whole year. Aren't they cute? The rack that they're sitting on was a, I don't know, I think it was a dark wood or something, and I didn't care for it. So I wanted to lighten it up. It is lighter than probably what you're seeing here, but Norm spray painted it for me, so it's easier to clean. Not that I'll have to clean it a lot, but isn't that cute? I don't think I know I've never seen it before. Adorable. It's pouring again. It's so fun to see the ducks in the pond. I admit, we do love that, but they really mess up the pond. It's just, and Norm is really getting tired of trying to haul home 50-pound bags of corn. It's very heavy for him to be lugging them into a cart at Menards or Fleet Farm, and then out of the cart and into the back of the trunk of the van, and then out of the van and into the garage or outside, wherever we keep it. It's just getting to be too much. He's got enough as it is to lift the heavy bags of softener salt, pellets. That's just a real chore too. So I really don't want him doing that anymore. I feel bad, but we probably shouldn't be feeding them anyways. A lot of people would say we shouldn't. It's wonderful getting the rain. A month or so ago, we went to Stillwater. Yeah, it was like the day before our anniversary. So that was April. Yep, it's been a while. I just bought the salt and pepper set. I've always admired them. It's by Shawnee, and a lot of people on the internet that are selling them say they're from the 40s. They're pretty fancy with gold on them. I really like them. And this little guy I just found in, was that Hastings? Yeah, I think it was a little shop in Hastings. So that was maybe early this month. I've always seen him around, but I thought he was pretty expensive everywhere. This one needed a good cleaning. I managed to get it pretty clean in there. Took a while. I use, I just soak some soil stains or whatever out with some Dawn liquid first, and then I I will use CLR and soak it for a while because there's often hard water stains in there, and that helps some. But when there's still some rust look inside that didn't come out with a CLR, then I rinse it really good, of course. Then I put some bleach and water in it and let it sit for a while, and sometimes that will take care of the other stains. So I get them pretty clean. A lot of horsing around, but it's worth it. So he's got a cane on the other side. He's rushing somewhere, and that's his tie flying in the breeze. So I liked this side better than the cane side. Yeah, so I thought he was pretty cute. I found him for $7.50, and I thought that was pretty good. And I was trying to give some business to a small shop. It was the only thing I purchased there. The two trivets actually have a green metal base, not black. Hopefully you can see that, but I was very fortunate to find the pair. That was really nice, and I thought I would save them for spring, like a March video, but I guess I didn't have them out here, or just didn't get to that. So I really like those. I think they're very funny, and I did just add the allspice tin when we went to Cannon Falls and Red Wing just this past week. I was looking for it, and it was a very good price because the Watkins tins are getting kind of nuts, the prices of them. And when we were in Hickston, do you remember in my video at the second mall where I bought the poodle planter, the yellow poodle planter, I picked up this IGA Time one. Yeah, I love it. I think that is so different. So I enjoy looking at that. I just have a few things over here. I didn't take out a bunch of baking supplies, but I thought you'd enjoy seeing one of my Better Homes and Gardens collection cookbook. I always love taking out one that has some fun colors related to what I'm showing you and seasonal. This one does have more of a green top on it that's looking blue. So I brought this heavy milk glass pitcher back upstairs to use this time for some crazy bouquet of utensils that I put every color imaginable in, because it was going to be for Easter colors. So there's a little blue in there. Yeah, like pink and blue, every color. This I purchased more than a year ago at Christmas time. Not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before at the Morin Mansion, and it is in our first video at that Morin Mansion. I love this. It's so cute. 80s colanders were really cute. I don't know if that's what this is, but I'm guessing. Oh, I see a little something there. Ah, what does that say? Yep, that's just like a one I was looking at recently. They're like about early 80s. Yeah, Teleflora. Oh, how cute. I didn't remember that. So I thought you'd enjoy seeing that. A little touch of red. And again, that's my mother's old mixer I'm thrilled to have. And this we bought up north in North Dakota on our way to Fargo. This one was in really good condition. But yes, it was a splurge for me, but nowhere's near what they're asking for now. I started falling for little donkeys, and I think this is a billy goat because he doesn't have a long tail. He's got the long ears that make you think he's a donkey. But if you look at his nose and tail versus this more horse-looking nose and a mane, obviously. I thought this was a horse when I got it just recently, this year. And Norm said, no, I think that's a donkey. And this is a little billy goat. I don't know if I've shown it to you yet. I've had it for a year. I have a donkey collection, and I thought he was going to be in on the donkey collection, which he is, because that was my very first one. I found in Duluth for $7. This cutie. So I kept the planters up here in more yellow, green, black, and brown. This little piggy I have shown, of course, for Easter videos with all my piggies. But this one, yeah, I don't recall where I found it, but it's so sweet. Yeah, I like all that, all the yellow planters together. That's very fun. And I brought in a yellow, tiny yellow McCoy planter. It's very small. They're still heavy to be putting in any of these beaded planters. And I have shared this vintage beaded planter with you before. It's kind of a cream color, not white beads, with all that fruit. So I'm thrilled to have that. Do you remember when I found this adorable frog scrubby holder in Hickston? I think it was at the second one. Yeah, I don't think it was at the third shop. I'm so glad I got him. It's so cute. I do love frogs. I got a lot of frogs I've shown you. I think this was my mother's planter, and I have shared it before in probably a spring video in the living room. Maybe I had it with the other frogs on the coffee table. So I put some very cute flowers in there that I've had for a long time. I've never seen these again. They're so sweet because they've got really nice plastic leaves, and then these just a real sweet combination of silky flowers. So I've always liked my mom's planter. I have another one of hers too that's a frog. It's kind of ugly though. The other one's kind of a toad looking one. And I've had this tray, this vintage enamel tray, for a very long time too. I may not have shown it to you yet. I don't know. If I did, it would have been propped up on the cart in the dining area. Have shown you that coffee pot was from my brother's house. I was so tickled to find this last month, the picture at the Goodwill for, I believe it was $9.99. It's in very good condition. Not chipped anywhere. I don't see any scratches. It's just such an adorable design, patchwork patterns, and stitchery. I don't know if you'd call that embroidery look. Looks a little more just like crewel or some kind of stitchery. But I've debated on this. I've run across it. At the first time I almost bought it, it was out at Midwest Antiques LLC in Wells, Minnesota. I almost bought it then. I probably should have, but I think, it was the blue on it that was bothering me. There's plenty of blue on it, and I thought maybe it just wouldn't go that great, but I'm trying really hard to put more blue in our whole house. So this set of mugs, minus, I think minus the yellow one here. The other 4 were from Wild Collective Vintage, and I showed Norm them before I found that picture. I was eyeing those. I didn't know that they went with this picture that I've seen for years. But I had liked him and I kind of wanted to get him, but he kept saying, "You have too many mugs." He's right. But after we went back there again, when I had purchased this, I said, "Norm, these are the mugs that go with that picture that I found at the Goodwill." So he said, "Okay." So then we were at the Pink Elephant, I believe that's where I found the yellow one. They had 2 of them, different ones, 2 different ones, and I already had the other one. It might have been the blue one. And they were priced separately, so I did just purchase the one. And I was thrilled because I thought in my mind, I don't think I have that one. It doesn't look familiar to me at all. So I'm very happy. Maybe someday I'll find, I bet it's the light blue one with some purple on it. We'll see if I get it or not. But you know, it makes the whole set more valuable to have the entire set. It's very lightweight to ship if I ever want to sell it. Okay, I don't mean to dwell on this, but I turned everything around so you could see the back side. A lot of you may have run across this cute, do you think it's 70s? I'm not sure, but it's probably by Thermos. Hold on. Thermo King, Thermo Serve, West Bend. Yeah, they made so many of these pictures, and I've been collecting some because they're adorable, putting them on top of the cupboards. So that is the butterfly one, the yellow one that I just bought. Yeah, that's quite blue and purple, isn't it? So there's more strawberry pattern there and bigger mushrooms, more flowers, but this one had the bee on it. So I just wanted to show you the other side. I thought it would be fun to take out a variety of my springy mugs, porcelain mugs that we drink out of every day, breakfast and dinner, and sometimes in between. I do have 2 of these. I'll turn the camera so it's more fun to look at. So I hung that one on each side across from each other. That's the only duplicate. And let me turn the rack here that was from a friend, YouTube friend, Clay Ramage. Gave me this one and a smaller mini one in olive green, probably 3 years ago now. It was so nice of him when we went to meet him at the Pink Elephant, where he has lots of merchandise in Hopkins, Minnesota. He's got a wonderful channel. He and his wife does too now. This one is adorable. I love it. It's so sweet. And this one is very fun. And I guess I didn't do the one on the bottom. Very mod flowers. Yeah. So I thought you might get a kick out of seeing that. Now over here is the other tablecloth that is very small. with adorable embroidery. So this definitely has a touch of red on it. I decided to emphasize the brown in the bird feeders. So cute. It is a little paler. The brown and all the colors are brighter than this. Let me see if I take the light off, what happens. No, I really don't see a difference. But it is paler. So I thought I would take one of my uranium glass plates that I typically prop up in the kitchen window and take out some of Trader Joe's fabulous ginger cookies. Norm absolutely loves them. He would eat them every day if it's here. So this is a very small little tiny cloth. It just fit up here, and I spent an hour ironing it and another hour on that one over there, and I still have not got it perfect. You know, it is quite textured, but it's in beautiful condition, just beautiful condition. There's a tiny little spot here and there, but I just thought it would be very fun to have up here. How did this get a little bit puckered over there? Got to get that right. Get that pucker out. So this I found at the Goodwill or Bibles for Missions several years ago. It's just an off-white darling duck picture, and these tulips look very real. They're not real, but they look very real. They're the real soft ones, really sweet. And I thought a little sprig of the soft yellow would help the bouquet a little bit. Now I just found these this past winter, maybe. They are so cute. They are vintage. This one is made by a particular company. I can't remember. I did look it up. They all looked alike. Found it at a thrift store. And this I thought was just adorable. Looks like a baby robin to me. It is so cute. I just picture it fluttering its wings. Now that looks to me more like a hobbyist piece. So sweet. So I thought I would, like I said, emphasize the brown a little bit. I wasn't sure where I was going to use those bird planters when I found them. I thought maybe they'd end up in the living room somewhere, because there's plenty of brown in there. But it works great with this little cloth. I think this is so sweet. I wish I could have had it more perfect for you. I would have loved to have had all the wrinkles out, but I thought it was just irresistible. Very fun. It's just amazing to me that somebody did all that embroidery. That's a lot of work. For quite a long time, I've been picking up a stock pot here or there. And you know, I have a lot of different canister sets and occasional thermos. But because of the stock pots that I liked so much, I started falling for the pots and pans that had all these adorable prints on them. There's a canister set there, only 2 that I have, and I have shown those in a video. My latest purchase at Bibles for Missions for $4.99 maybe, I think, was this monster pump beverage server. It's just wild. It is so big. I met up with a really great YouTube friend and her hubby, Leandra and Tom. Hi guys, it was so fun being with you, thrifting at Bibles for Missions, and then they treated us to lunch at our favorite cafe called the 50s Grill. They enjoyed it. They had never been there. Best homemade food ever. But I showed this to Leandra when we were walking around, and I said, I can't pass this up. I love these flowers. And I mentioned to her that, I was going to be putting a lot of these crazy enamel pieces up on top of the cupboards here. So she said, yeah, I looked at that too. But I ran it through the dishwasher. I mean, I don't care if it works or not, but it does. I really wanted it clean. I got it very clean. Don't ask how I got it in the dishwasher. Of course it was sideways, tilted down. So this was a very nice set that Norm bought for me. I love the pattern on it. He got that set, frying pan, 2 kettles, and the big Dutch oven, all were in the window at the Pink Elephant this past, maybe was it very early spring, possibly. And I found that set of bowls at Bibles for Missions really, really, really cheap. And that stock pot was like $18 up in Waite Park, Minnesota, at the Rusty Pick, another one we've done a couple videos on, or at least one. So some of those you may not have seen, like that one, because I was saving it for fall, or March. I was gonna show it in March. I really like that. Yeah, I don't think you've seen that one yet. It's really nice. And this I just got for $9.99, an old lunchbox. It's all beat up, but I couldn't resist that adorable pattern on it of fruit. There's another pattern on the back too of something else. I forget what it is, but this was the better side maybe. But I just had to get that, and it went nice with the little old thermos. So I hope you enjoyed this long video. I really appreciate your support. It is just wonderful how nice you are to write us and tell us what you enjoyed and what things you collect. We love to hear all that. You are so kind, and we thank you from the bottoms of our hearts. We hope you have a wonderful week and the rest of your spring too. We'll see you soon, hopefully, God willing. God bless you all too. Thank you.